So sweet spot is that set of customers that are the best fit for your business. Particularly for early stage companies, it's a real challenge to figure out who these ideal customers are. And it's one of the biggest and toughest choices that the entrepreneur faces, because often early customers are anyone that's going to pay cash, because cash is obviously the fuel that's going to grow the business. So I guess the question is, how do you find this set of sweet spot or ideal customers? And lots of entrepreneurs that I talk with really struggle with this. But once they actually find the sweet spot, it really becomes the engine upon which they can grow their business. And I guess just one final prompter before going into how do you go about finding the sweet spot is that for many businesses, 80% of the profits are from 20% of the customers. So the goal of finding the right sweet spot is all about finding that set of customers where we can build a profitable business on. So how do you go about finding it? Well, there's a little bit of science to it and a little bit of art and luck and trying. But I promise you, if you actually go about this in a scientific way, your chances of success for your business are way higher. So to go about finding it, there's what we call a sweet spot tool. And this is just a tool to help the management team work through and find that set of characteristics of sweet spot customers. So we start off with industry segment, and to try and clarify initially which industry segment is actually the ideal one for you to target and which industry segments are actually off strategy or ones that you don't want to go to. So for instance, in the banking sector, you might decide that banks based in a particular territory of a particular size, in a particular branch of banking, they were ideal and others were off strategy for your product. The second aspect to look at is tendency to adopt. Some customers adopt stuff really quickly and early on in the cycle, and others are laggards that you can be spending time talking to for years and they'll never buy from you. So the second profiler is tendency to adopt. The third one's a little bit tricky and it's a little bit subtle. For most businesses, there are 3 different types of disciplines. One is operational excellence, the second is product leadership, and the third is customer intimacy. Now these are the basis of what these customers operate their businesses on. So customer intimate businesses are all about loving their customer to death. They might be private banks or they might be specialty retailers that love their customers to death. The second business discipline is all about product leadership. You can imagine in your own mind, product leaders, they're the people that bring out the best and coolest products that we all want to use most quickly. And the third business discipline is operational excellence, where they drive costs out of the business. Now the tricky thing for the entrepreneur starting out a business is which type of these businesses is best suited to their product, because the value proposition is inherently going to be related to the business discipline. The fourth profiler is all about budget. We all need to be aware of customers with champagne taste and beer money. And what we're trying to figure out is there enough of a budget, which indicates that there's enough of a problem area for the customer that's going to be able to allow us to take some of that budget for our product. So budget can be a great profiler that we almost decide from the beginning, you know what, this customer needs to be able to spend above a certain amount before they're useful for us to get engaged with. Fifth profiler is all about key decision maker. Some key decision makers may suit your business completely and others may be almost a detriment to your business. So for argument's sake, if you were selling a marketing product and marketing managers were key decision makers, that might suit you very well. But if you knew in certain types of clients you're always going to hit upon a procurement manager early, well, those types of customers might be off strategy for you. And the final one is key customer need. This is the single biggest customer need that's going to drive them towards your solution. And actually understanding the profile of that key customer need and being very clear about it helps you finally refine what the sweet spot is. Our experiences in working through the tool and working through the sweet spot exercise, it's an iterative exercise that you need to go through multiple times, but coming at the other side should be a clear definition amongst the management team which defines the sweet spot, and really the acid test is, would that sweet spot definition be good enough for a telemarketer to go about defining the sweet spot persona so that you can go and pursue a lead generation campaign to build leads that fit your sweet spot.